Welcome back, YouTube. Today we'll finish up all of Nicola's endings and we'll start a new route. You can watch me play live at twitch.tv/Pinker NeonNova. Enjoy the video. Here we go. I somewhat awkwardly smiled at Nicola. He smiled as well. That's the wrong button. I remember how to play this game. The cars finally went on their way. I stood alone, watching the cars disappear from sight. Please be safe. All I could do now was pray. Meanwhile, mission. Nicola, Francesca. Dante. He's so surly. Dante was heading into the Lao Shu's headquarters with only a few soldiers. I was hiding and watching him from afar. Next to me was Gilbert. The Veleno district was under the Lao Shu rule. And so, we could only hide a few of our men. That meant if they happened to strike, not many of us would be around to help. All I could do now was pray. I disengaged the safety and racked the slide. Oop. I can read. My hands moved unconsciously after so many years of doing this. I've lived in this world since I was born. And yet I can't seem to get her silhouette out of my head. Even on the doorstep of the battle to determine the fate of the Mafia in Berlin. I can't keep her out of my mind. I'm such a fool. He loves us so much. I breathed slowly to calm myself from the rattling emotions I felt. They should have met by now. I couldn't bring myself to eat, so I brought my cup of cafe latte with me to my room. I passed the time worrying about their safety. It already felt like ages has passed. Dum dum dum. After some heavy knocking, the door slammed open. There stood one of the soldiers who had been standing guard in the manor. What is it? Pinker! Nicola! He's been shot! Our man! Those Lao Shu started shooting before anyone was able to get inside. Nicola took the hit in place of Dante Falzone. No! It can't be. We got him to the hospital in critical condition. He's asking for you to come. Let's go. I responded with, okay, we're going to save here. Do we go for the bad ending or the good ending? What do you think, Toma? Because I know how to get each one already. Good? Okay. We'll do the good ending first. But we're coming back for the bad one. I'll go. I need him to be okay. Yes. Trust me, getting the tragic ending was a lot. I kind of need a good ending. It's a lot. A lot. I looked straight at the man and answered him quickly. I'll go. Take me to him. Got it. We'll get the car ready. It's this way. I followed him out, leaving everything behind. My coffee grew cold on the table. Kavlo. I was running as fast as I could. Berlin's streets were cobbled with stone. Driving would take more time, as the cars couldn't fit through these narrow alleys. I need to hurry. What just happened flashed back into my mind. The fierce gunfight was expected. It all started the moment Dante left the Laoshu headquarters and got into his car. At that moment, masked men approached and began to fire. I covered myself as I moved in to take a shot at them. Dante rolled away from the gunfire and took the safest cover he could find. We chose the same cover. Figured as much, since we did go through the same training. Dante unloaded his gun, dropping his spent casings onto the ground. Why are you here? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to protect you. I responded naturally to his query. I love them. I thought we wouldn't be able to talk like we used to, but it seemed I was wrong. I don't think you should be here. This is nothing to me. I can handle it by myself. Dante emerged from the corner briefly and fired. I could tell he hit his target by the agonizing scream from afar. Oh, I didn't make an agonizing scream. I'm talking about her. I thought she was special to you. I am. I'm not concerned with who she is to the Falzone or the Visconti for that matter. I couldn't reply. Dante continued speaking while keeping his sights on the enemies nearby. Wasn't there that officer who's been harassing you? Roberto, was it? I got a report that he purchased an abandoned building in the Falce. What could a law officer want with such a property? Oh yeah, Roberto's crazy in this route. I had a sinking feeling hearing his words. Yeah. It's practically a declaration of sinister plans. Quale bola in pentola. I don't know what that means. Why are you telling me this? I replied to his plainly spoken musings. Dante didn't answer my question, and instead continued to speak in his usual tone. The cover here is perfect, but it's not enough to cover 2 people. It would be helpful if one of us left. One other thing. Come see me when you're done. You owe me an explanation. What a good boss. Right. Understood. I promise I will. Dante pushed me to do what I wanted. I was finally ready to act. I carefully avoided the others as I withdrew, then jumped into a car parked in the alley. I drove away from the roaring gunfire. In the end, I chose Pink. He chose me. He chose me. I returned to the manor to find the bodies of soldiers who were assigned to stand guard. Pink was nowhere in sight. I knew something was going to happen. I was planning on uncovering Roberto's deeds after everything was settled, but I was too optimistic in thinking that was how events would unfold. I jumped into my car and raced towards the Falce district. I don't have time to let Gilbert know. I bit down on my lip to try and keep my cool. If only I had been true to my heart. If only I had told her I wanted to be with her. No, it's too early for regret. I still have time. I will make it in time. You better. Falce was home to many of the wealthy, so only a few abandoned buildings existed. Falce was like my backyard, being brought up as a Falzone. It'll be alright. I'll find her. I drove through the side roads at full throttle. Vroom vroom. Please, be safe. It me. After getting off the car at Falce, the man was leading me through a narrow alley. Nicola came out here? Yeah, he's been marked by the police, so it looks like we couldn't put him in the hospital. Suspicious. We came in front of an old building. We're here. He opened an unlocked door and gestured for me to go inside. I took a deep breath, raised my head, and stepped carefully through the door. Do you have the zoomies, baby? Yeah? Hi. If I pet you, are you going to bite me again? Did you hear her? Oh, that's good. She's so cute. She's so zoomy tonight. Such a baby, right? She's being such a baby tonight. Like she didn't get plenty of love already today. I'm love. Right? She's so cute. Okay. I wish I had another camera so I could show you her, but I can't. I'm using it. The room was completely empty. Where are you? I brought her as promised. He looked around and yelled loud, but no one answered. But... I sensed a presence behind me. I turned back towards the entrance. Behind the door was Roberto. Good. You're of no use to me now. Ah! I forced my scream back inside of me. He does. The man was shot in the head from behind and crumpled to the ground. Blood splattered across the floor. This was the second time I had seen someone killed in front of my eyes. The first was the night Nicola saved me. Very different vibes, though. Very different vibes. I've been waiting for you, Pinker. Roberto holstered his gun and slowly closed in on me. Ooh. I took a step back. Where is Nicola? You don't have to worry about him anymore. I'll take care of him for you later. Please don't. Roberto looked strangely upset as he turned his hat in his hands. Later? That means he's not here, is he? What a relief. That you're not gonna shoot my man. Not yet. Roberto raised his brow, confused, as he looked at me. After a moment, he nodded to himself. I see. You must be shaken. Not stirred. No, I'm very calm. I tried my best to keep up a strong front in front of Roberto. I couldn't show that I was scared of him. Yes, the dad jokes. I'm old. You killed Marco. Oh yeah, Marco died in this route. It sucked. In the tragic route, Dante died. That was sad. You killed Marco, and now you're trying to frame Nicola for it. Right? Yeah. Tragic routes are bad. I also know you used Nicola's name to get me here. Roberto stared at me. I only used Francesca's name because of a suggestion I received from an ally. An ally? A person who understands me. Roberto cleared his throat and changed the subject. I didn't think you'd come simply because you heard Francesca was hurt, but I'm glad it wasn't wasted effort. Maybe it's because you were raised at the church. You're filled with benevolence. You're kind to everyone, sometimes too kind. The mafia isn't deserving of your altruism. No, it's because I want to bone 'em. Roberto, you seem to be quite mistaken. What? Roberto frowned. It's not altruism or kindness. The reason I came all this way was because of Nicola. I love him. I love Nicola. I love him. Oh. Roberto's eyes widened in utter disbelief. He regained his composure quickly. I called you here because I wanted to save you. I moved back slowly with each step that Roberto took towards me. It seems you've lowered yourself to being that scum's mistress, living with the mafia. Technically not yet. Not for lack of trying. Even so, I want to save you. I know you will see the light. If you would only abandon Francesca and come over to me. No, sir. I wonder... No, I'm not going to get distracted. I would have forgiven you of all your sins. Roberto didn't seem to see me as he continued talking. But now I'm done with you. Or no. If you're this adamant, you can only be saved through death. Look at those crazy eyes. Roberto spoke boldly and ever so naturally raised his gun at me. Then all of a sudden, stop. Yeah, he's not okay. A voice echoed through the building. A number of shots were made at the ceiling to distract Roberto. Damn it! Why you? I could see Roberto planning to pull the trigger the moment he saw his target. No! I dashed towards Roberto and tackled him from behind. What? The bullet fired from Roberto's gun and flew far away from its target. I tripped and fell towards the ground. But before I hit... Nicola! Nicola grabbed my arm to keep me from falling. Over here. That's the wrong voice. Over here. There we go. Okay. I quickly steadied myself and followed after Nicola, who was pulling me by the hand. We finally escaped from the building. We ran through the alley as fast as we could until we reached the bustling city street. Running here is going to draw attention. Nicola kept a hold of my hand and strode through the droves of people. Let's escape into a crowd. I don't want to kill Roberto. Not just yet. I do. He's the key to ending the warring that's going on right now. You left to come and protect me? I couldn't stop my body from shaking. I didn't expect him to come for me. Okay, this is a serious moment. Put my serious face back on. Okay. I have the humor of a 12-year-old boy or a 50-year-old man. There's no in between. Nicola turned his head to me and smiled gently. He continued without answering my question. The Falzone and the Visconti need to have him properly punished. I can't have him die simply because the Mafia killed him. Punishing him properly will help us restore the family name while also serving as vengeance. I also don't want you to see any more bloodshed. Oh. Nicola. Nicola. Then suddenly, yikes!
What the? Gunfire? Patrick. SpongeBob. Ah!
Where are you, Francesca? A lunatic voice rose above the gunfire. Roberto was closing in on us. If you don't come out here, I'm going to remove the rotten filth here, one by one. These dirty mafia-loving citizens don't deserve to live. This man is crazy. He's not like this in every route, I don't think, but this route, he's just especially crazy. What? What is he saying? This is justice, Francesca. Nicola's eyes grew cold. He turned around, loosening his grip on my hand. I tried to stop him by squeezing his hand tightly. I'm going with you, Nicola. We looked at each other for a moment. That was all that was needed. He understood right away. I had no intention of changing my mind. Stay behind me. Okay. The people were scattering away from the gunfire. Average cop for real, right? A cab. Nicola parted the oncoming crowd and headed straight towards the source. And he finally found it. I'm here, Roberto. His voice was loud and clear over the people running and screaming. Nicola held my hand and stood in front of me to cover me. How nice for you to quietly obey. Release her now. She's not yours. Roberto demanded him to release me, to which Nicola replied, just for the record, I have nothing against your justice. I assume killing the mafia in Berlin and even killing Marco was part of your justice. Marco was working with the mafia. I know the police here are tied to the mafia in more ways than one. Wrong voice. But Marco leaned too far towards them. He deserved to die. No different from them. How dare you? That is my husband. Me, the streamer, not me, the in-game protagonist. You son of a bugger. Bad man, I hate you. You mean it's fine to kill the mafia, right? Naturally, their deaths will purge the town clean and lead to peace. Nicholas stared at Roberto in silence with his cold, ruthless eyes. We thrive by use of force and violence. It helps us gain wealth, power, and glory. We protect the land and the people who live here. We're not afraid to die for that. Which is why the people respect us. Respect? Listen carefully, Roberto. Defio. What I'm about to say won't change, even if the world sides with your justice. He spoke boldly to Roberto. Boldly! Pinker will stay with me. I love her. We're in lesbians. Roberto's eyes widened and his lips quivered. Love? A criminal loves her? I am a man of honor. I will protect the one I love with my life. Impossible. A criminal like you has no such thing as honor. Roberto's face contorted with agony, but Nicholas smiled. I will never let go of her hand. He was right. He had been holding my hand all this time. What a cutie. His feelings seemed to flow through my hand to warm my heart. Roberto stood there, shaking in rage, like an angry chihuahua. You've killed many, and you were just about to lay your hands on this precious person. You should be punished. Pay words are gonna be the bane of my existence here tonight. Juice. But we won't be the ones to punish you. The justice you so admire, the Kingdom of Italy, should punish you accordingly. Damn you! Don't be ridiculous! You're a damn criminal, Francesca. You're the one who should be punished. You're the one who should suffer. She's been pleading for me, deep down. And if that's not true... Roberto? Absolutely not. I'll kill you and her. Oh my god. Calm down. Nicholas sighed, hearing his madness explode in front of us. Then, he let go of my hand. Pew, pew. Look at that beautiful CG. Before I knew it, his gun appeared. I guess I'll have to kill you then. He spoke without remorse. His eyes were dead cold. I had never seen Nicola like this before. What the heck? How is that a sex-based term? Right? That's weird. Automod, why you... What's wrong with you, Automod? I'm going to. Roberto froze while pointing his gun at us. Automod said no to being down bad for the mafia. Right? Okay, Automod, we're not having this fight tonight. Hold, please. Settings. Moderation. Automod. None of that. Alright, Automod. You better? Good. Alright, we're done fighting with Automod, I think. The rest can stay where it is. Roberto froze while pointing his gun at us. He was gasping for air, as if he was being stared at by death himself. Bang! And in a flash of a moment, the scene playing out before me unfolded as if in slow motion. You disregarded my warning to you. I remembered the words he said before. Stop it. Do remember this. I won't let you bring any harm to her. Don't force your justice onto others. Roberto fell to the ground with a thud. Nicola looked down at him. I lived my life in the mafia, but I never wanted to have someone dead before. Ooh, boy. Look at that CG. Look at that close-up. Oh, it's so pretty. But you're the first I've ever wanted to kill myself. In the name of honor. Nicola put his gun back in his coat, then smiled at me. It's over. It's over, Pink. Nicola. I hugged him tightly. He held my shivering body with firm arms. Within a day, the people of Barcelona found out what really happened. The Falzone family boss, Dante Falzone, was attacked in the Veleno district, and a gunfight ensued. By sheer coincidence, the Visconti family was nearby and saved his life. During that time, Detective Roberto DeFio went on a shooting rampage in the Falce district. To prevent further violence, the Visconti's Nicola Francesca shot and killed him. Later, evidence was found proving the detective's connection to the Lao shoe. The discovery was made implicating Roberto in the mass murders against the mafia in Berlin. Roberto had given his eyewitness account of Marco's final words, naming Nicola as his killer, but his words were to be rescinded later. The person who misled you, me making out with my mafia boyfriend over the body of the man he just murdered. Yeah, and listen, I'm a mafia's girl now. It's how it goes sometimes. The person who misled you was connected to the Lao Shu. I'm sorry I had you put in such a dangerous situation. Gil was struck with remorse, but he raised his head to look straight at me, apologizing in earnest. Thank you, Gil. It's all right, Gil. You don't need to apologize. Just make out with me. I shook my head and smiled. Nicola came to save me, so I'm okay. I know you've been through a lot of trouble for me, Gil. Gil worked with the newspaper to publish Roberto's deeds and clear Nicola's name. He never once reprimanded Nicola for moving on his own during the mission. Nicola really appreciates what you've done too. I should add that I'm still a bit upset. Nicola! I sighed and looked at Nicola. Well, only a little. Nicola shrugged, but I could tell he was angry inside. You were in serious danger back then. You could have easily been killed. Everything could have been over before I even got to you. You see why I'm angry, right, Gilbert? Of course, I'm also angry at myself. Gil nodded in response. Yeah, I was responsible for someone you love. I don't expect you to be lenient on me. Gil. Nicola's the type to hold grudges. He is. We know this. I can see that. That's very rude of you two. Is it? Gil cleared his throat to change the subject. In any case, Nicola's name has been cleared of all false allegations. By tomorrow, an article dictated by Oliver should appear in the headlines. Article? It's going to share how Nicola betrayed the Falzone family and joined the Visconti. And that it was all planned. What? Huh? Nicola's betrayal was done to bait the mass murderer into revealing himself. The Falzone family and the Visconti family worked behind the scenes to rid Boulogne of the threat. Not bad, right? Gilbert, why are you so good? Why are you so pure and wonderful? Stop it! I can't fall in love with you for 3 more roots. Are you sure that can go in the paper? Isn't Dante going to be upset? I already have his approval. All our men are aware of it already. Wait, you kept this from us? And only mentioned it now? Nicola looked bewildered, and the corners of Gil's lip turned upward. That's right. It was something I was working on with Dante a while back, but now that things are settled, we went to action and got everything ready to go public. This is all too sudden. I can't believe you left me out of this. Right. His road's so good that I remember. What I remember of it, it's real good. Nicola bitterly shrugged his shoulders. I did actually betray him, you know. Your objective was to come here and use us to get rid of the Falzone family. You negotiated a deal with me to ensure Dante's safety. The deal was for us to leave Dante alone, and in turn, you worked your ass off for us. I didn't know that. It wasn't hard for me to figure you out when you proposed that deal, you know. So Gil knew all along. He knew that Nicola betrayed Dante and the family to let Dante free. Problem is, Dante's actions weren't included in Nicola's plans. Ain't that right? You know how Dante is. He wouldn't have listened to me. Dante would sacrifice his own life without a thought to his freedom. Nicola Francesca? Gil suddenly spoke in a serious tone. Are you ready? If you are a man of honor, then it's time for you to pay your dues. Pay my dues? Nicola looked sternly at Gil. Gilbert, what do you want from me? Gil narrowed his eyes. I mean, we can only see one of them, so he narrowed his eye, technically. I couldn't tell if he was angry or if he was just having fun. He's just having fun. First, I need you to leave my family. Huh? I expressed my surprise without thinking. Your contract with us is over. Hell, you tried to use us, you know? He could be winking or blinking and we'll never know. See? Like right now. Is he winking? Is he blinking? We don't know. We can only guess. There's no place for you in the Visconti. That's quite harsh. Your goal was to put an end to the Falzone family, but now that the Lao Shu are gone, it'd be a lot better for us to work with the Falzones and share the wealth. Which means you won't be able to fulfill your mission here anymore. Got it? Ugh. Oh yeah, make sure you take back everything you brought with you. Gil then looked at me. I wasn't sure why he was looking at me, but after a short moment it dawned on me. Are you sure? Gil responded quickly. The Lao Shu aren't around, so the church has to talk to us to maintain their control. Even without you around, I'm sure we'll be able to negotiate at an advantage. Oh my god. Why? I forgot to add, but we spent a hell of a load of money over what happened. I ain't got the funds to carry you folks. Gil, let's assume I say you can't go. You know what had happened? Huh? Then I would have to stay here forever. You fell in love with a man who stood up against the largest family around, the Falzone. He wouldn't give a second thought to pulling a gun on me. That's right. All for the sake of keeping you with him. After hearing Gil's words, I turned my head to look at Nicola. He caught my eye and smiled. His usual front was making it hard for me to tell what was going on in his mind. What's going on in his mind is if Gil tries to kill you or take you, I'll kill him. That's not what I wanted to do. Stop that. But I'm pretty sure what Gil said wouldn't have been too far from the truth. That's what I believed, at least. Now then, get the hell out of here. He's so eloquent. After Nicola and I left the lounge, he let out a sigh. Dante told me to come over to see him. I really don't want to go. It can't be helped. Gil stepped out right after us. Hearing Nicola's words, he burst out laughing. You've got to be kidding me. Just go and be honest with him. What you tried to do was going to change the lives of many, including Dante's. You've got some nerve not explaining yourself after dragging everyone into your nonsense. Gil kept talking so that Nicola wouldn't have a chance to argue. If Dante really wants to be free from his duties, the Visconti can take Berlone off his hands. That's all there is to it. And what would you do to Dante? Gil shrugged at my question, exhaling deeply. A coward like that isn't worth my time. I'd just exile him from town and call it a day. Or you could keep him. He could be a bottom. No matter what you do, the results won't change. Gil changed his tone. Nicola Francesca came to the Visconti family for Berlone. I can read. Now that things are settled, it's only right that you leave this place. Remember what I said. Got it? And with that, Gil walked down the hallway and out of sight. Just be honest. That's easier said than done. I'm sure Gil was trying his best to cheer you on. I understand. Let's go. To the Falzones? Yes, I'll talk to Dante. Yes, I'm sure it will go well. Will you come with me? Of course. Nicholas sighed and smiled, seeing me beam brightly at his invitation. Nicola! Pink! Welcome back! Oh, I love him. Look at him. He's so cheerful. He's so happy. What a good boy. We love Leo. He's like a puppy. Upon our arrival to the Falzone Manor, Leo greeted us with a bright smile on his face. A little boy. Yeah, baby boy. Leo, it's so nice to see you again. Yes, it sure is. He's like, it's great to see me. Leo was so happy to see Nicola that it almost seemed like he was going to pounce on him. I knew it was right for believing in you, Nicola. But that was mean of you not to tell me anything. I was so worried. You're right. I left everyone so suddenly. Sorry to have worried you. Well, it was part of the plan, so I know you wouldn't have left us without a reason. Still, I was so worried. In any case, I'm just glad to see both of you back again. No, I'm not back. I simply came by to pay my respects to Dante today. I did tell you that when I called you? Huh? You mean you'll move back on another day? Well, no use standing around here. Come in. The boss is waiting. Oh. Nicola groaned, not being able to get through to him. I chuckled at their usual back and forth. It almost felt like nothing had changed. That's a big house. Just looking inside the manor brought back memories of our living together here. We could reminisce later. It was time for us to go and meet Dante. Leo took his leave near the salon, and we continued our way down the familiar corridor. Stop being so pouty. Go see your little brother. Nicola's expression hardened the closer we got. Sensing his tension, I reached out and gently took his hand. He looked at me, astonished. He quickly squeezed my hand and smiled to show that he was all right. Soon we arrived at the office where the Foul Zone's boss resided. Finally here? You're late? He's so pretty. Dante slowly stood from his chair and looked at us. For several moments, Dante and Nicola looked at each other without a word. Nicola broke the silence and began to speak. I came to thank you. Thank me? For what? Dante spoke in a low voice, his expression unchanging. Nicola responded. The information you provided me at the Laoshu saved her. Without it, I would have lost someone dear to me. Dante calmly looked into Nicola's eyes and asked a question. What do you think your old self would have done? Would you have disregarded your family's mission and run to save a single woman? Nicola was hesitant to reply. Dante looked at me. What do you think, Pink? I took a deep breath and answered. The old Nicola wouldn't have come for me. That was why I was completely surprised to see him there back then. He would have never left your side if he were still with the Falzone family. I believe you're right. I know more than anyone how loyal and obedient Nicola is to the family. Don't treat him like a dog. Clearly he's as moody as a cat. Dante. Nicola tried to speak, but Dante shook his head and continued. Even if he did betray the family, his motives were not to bring me harm. I never once thought otherwise. Dante was speaking from the heart. He looked at Nicholas sternly, with unwavering eyes. Why did you leave the family? I want to know the truth, Nicola. Nicola was still hesitant to speak. But after a moment, Nicola finally opened his mouth to say what was on his mind. You're bound to your bloodline. I see. I understand now. Just a single line from Nicola. That was all Dante needed to hear. He closed his eyes, as if reminiscing. I can't deny that. I am burdened by the weight of my bloodline. I'm unfit to be boss. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have taken the seat. I was confused at my very existence in being Falzone boss. All that has happened is my responsibility. He lowered his head and closed his eyes in suffering. Oh, baby. I'm coming for you. Just wait a little longer. But soon enough, he lifted his face to us, showing his usual self as the boss of the family. The Falzone family is my home, and something I must protect. It is not because of a sense of obligation. My wish and my desire is to protect this family. Oh. So cute. My blood doesn't change that fact. Dante. That's not me. Dante. I am a man of honor, a man of indelible pride. As such, I will live my life as boss, and to the very end, a Falzone. Are you sure you're fine with that? At Nicola's question, Dante gave a small smile. I've chosen this path. I have no regrets. I see. Nicola sighed with relief, but chuckled to himself with scorn. Guess I was working myself up for nothing. Even if your actions were for me, you still betrayed the family. That is a cardinal sin to the Mafia, and something that cannot go unpunished. No! Stop it! But Nicola Francesca is like my brother. I am also human. I don't wish to punish my own brother. Only now, Dante? Nicola covered his face with his hand, trying to shake off his tears. Never once did you ever call me your brother. This isn't fair. Don't cry, Nicola. Don't cry. His voice shook. Nicola, thank you. Thank goodness. I breathed a sigh of relief, seeing that their true feelings had finally been shared. Silence took over the room for a moment. Then Dante spoke. I can't finish my work without you around. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in ages. Dante pouted in a manner that seemed as if he were back in his youth. If you haven't given up on me yet, I would appreciate it if you would return. Dante, that's... But betrayal will no longer be tolerated. Your obedience is an oath, Nicola Francesca. Nicola placed his hand over his heart and replied with dignity. That is a promise. Dante Falzone, I swear on my life, I will live as a Falzone and as your right-hand man, if you'll have me. I'm joining the Mafia. As a Mafia woman. I accept. Tears swelled in my eyes. Hell yeah. As I tried to fight back my tears, Dante turned his head to me. I'm sorry you were unwillingly dragged into this. Not at all. I'm fine, really. I'm just crying over how much you two love each other as brothers. I didn't expect Dante to apologize to me as boss. I would have been dead that night if Nicola hadn't come to save me. That's a lie. On top of that, I'm beyond happy that Nicola is back to being a Falzone again. Unbelievable. Nicola sighed, hearing my words. Dante looked at both of us and smiled. My blessings to you both from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. He blessed our relationship. With our conversation with Dante over, I walked out to the garden with Nicola. We sat on the bench and breathed in the fresh air. The cool breeze signaled the coming of winter. After a short moment, Nicola thanked me. Thank you, Pink. Nicola? He looked around the beautiful garden and spoke softly. I never thought I'd see the day when we could enjoy the garden like this again. This is the very place we spent so much time together and where I first showed you my true self. His words brought vivid memories back from when we were together in the garden. He said to me that he was only being kind to me because I was of value to him. But I wonder if what he said back then actually had some truth to it. Nicola looked at me and whispered quietly in my ear. Hey, what I said to you before was odd, wasn't it? Yes. Everyone thinks I'm a murderer now. Being with me will only bring you problems. Because of that, I can't share words of love to you, not in my current state. He's gonna say it! He's gonna say it! Nicola forced a smile while looking straight into my eyes. Now I can say what I wanted to tell you then. Will you listen, Pinker? Yes. He spoke my name, then slowly placed his hands on mine. Yes, please tell me. Even now, I find it difficult to tell you everything, of being honest with you. But I can't hold back my feelings much longer. His beautiful jade eyes were captivating. Deep in his eyes, I could see my reflection as well. I'm in love with you, and I want you to be by my side forever. Nicola held my hand more strongly now. I'm Mafia, through and through. A day might come when you'll regret ever meeting me. You may despise the blood on my hands, but still, I can't let you go. He said it! So, I'm sorry. Can you let me keep you? Yeah! Nicola. My heart trembled from his words. I could feel the tears welling up in my eyes. Yes, nothing would make me happier. I want to be with you forever. I don't care if you're Mafia. Hearing my response, Nicola embraced me. If you don't mind. I looked up and saw him grinning with a playful look on his face. May I kiss you, Signorina? I chuckled at his request, the tears flowing from my eyes. Why, of course, Signor Francesca. CG time! I closed my eyes, hearing him talk to me the way he did before. Tears of joy and happiness slowly rolled down my cheeks. Give me the CG. Oh, there's no CG. That's rude. That's okay. Skip the credits. The birds were chirping, beckoning the sunrise. The winter sunlight gently shone inside through the glass window. My mind sleepily tried to awaken from the morning light. I tried to stretch away the tiredness I felt, but I couldn't seem to move. I felt warmth right next to me. There's the CG! I found it! Good morning, Nicola. Good morning, Pink. Finally awake, are you? Yes. Hello, sailor. His gentle smile was so endearing that I wanted to hide my face. Nicola is looking at me. That was all he was doing, but that alone was embarrassing for me. Just thinking about yesterday was too much. Even now, our bodies were in contact. I could feel Nicola's warmth on my skin. I should apologize while I still can. He played with my hair using his fingers. I looked into his face as he whispered, I'm sorry about yesterday. I thought I could keep my composure. Ayo! I've taken such pride in being able to control myself, but I suppose I was wrong. Nicola? Just a moment. I realized what he was referring to, so I tried to stop him from saying anything further. I didn't want to push too much. I really didn't, but... Wait! You don't have to tell me! I think he does. I think he's legally compelled to. Tell you? It just happened a few hours ago. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. That's just going to hurt my ego as a man. I didn't forget at all. That's not it at all. Just thinking about it is, I feel like I'm gonna die. Nicola looked at me with caring eyes as I blushed a scarlet red. Sorry about that. Are you mad? I wasn't sure if he was genuinely sorry or if he was simply teasing me. Look at his bright smile. Just hearing him speak to me like this is making my heart beat so fast that I can hear it thumping in my chest. I wanted to hide myself from him. Of course, it was impossible, so I decided to simply reply to his question. No, I'm not mad. In fact, I'm happy now. Happy? How so? I can feel that you really love me from the bottom of your heart.
That's not from the bottom of his heart, girl.
Nicola?
Guess I need to make you feel it even more.
Huh? Oh, I need to get up. I have to go and help Julia with...
Don't worry. Everyone is still asleep. You can stay in bed for a while longer.
But any more of this and I really think I'm going to die.
Dying from embarrassment, but more so from happiness from being with him. Nicholas spoke to me in a sweet and gentle way in an effort to delay my departure. Come now. I haven't ever felt this happy being near someone like this before. So, can you make me even more happy, dearest? Please?
That's so unfair, Nicola. How could I refuse that?
I was unable to hide my blushing from him in such close quarters. He smiled and gently embraced me. Welcome to Boulogne, facing the Adriatic Sea, a town ruled by the mafia. I was born and raised in a world outside of the mafia, and I fell in love with the Falzone family's underboss.
Hey, yo!
Nicola Francesca.
The happy ending.
With a real beautiful CG.
Are you foaming at the mouth there?
Yeah, you are.
5. Oh, 4. Ooh, Nicola's short story is unlocked. Extras? Progress. I only have 60% of Nicola's stuff unlocked? I just want to see it. Gallery, that's what I wanted to look at. This is Dante, Gilbert, and Nicola. What am I missing? Oh, this is a CG you missed. Oh, this one. It's a good one. And this one. This is from the bad ending, the tragic ending. But look at my cleavage. Right? Did you see them when they were babies? Look at the babies. Do I have any CGs? Oh, I have Orlok. No others. I have some movies. I have one of Dante, or I have 2 of Dante. Yeah, just those ones. I have the one of Gilbert. I have none of Yang. That's okay. We'll go get them. I don't want to do the short story yet.
Well, time to go get a bad ending. I responded with, "It won't go." Before answering, I thought for a moment. Didn't Nicola promise me he'd return? Hey, hurry it up. Nicola needs you. Does he? Does he really? But something doesn't seem right. Fine. The man let out a sigh, hearing my hesitation. Not much I can do then. I didn't want to resort to this. Huh? Pain surged through my body. I couldn't get my voice to come out of me. The blow to my stomach brought me down to my knees, then onto the floor. My consciousness began to fade. The man quickly placed a cloth over my mouth. Then he lifted me up and took me away. Where am I? How long has it been? My head was throbbing as if someone had been hammering it from the inside. The pain rushing through me was too severe to move. What happened? It felt damp underneath me. Am I outside? You're finally awake. Huh? His words struck fear into me. I was finally able to rescue you from those dirty criminals. It took time and effort, but not a bad result, all things considered. We're going to leave Berlin. Rome is ready to take me back. We can live there together from now on. You'll never have to see the Mafia again. What is he saying? His words were confusing me beyond belief. I didn't ask for his help or want his offer. His words gripped my heart with fear. Don't worry. I know what you're thinking. You couldn't be honest with me before because Francesca was next to you, right? What a monster, especially considering you were thinking of me all along. However, it took so long for me to notice. I'm sorry, Pinker. He's gone mad. I can't get up or move at all. Nicola. Before I knew it, I had spoke his name softly, as if calling for his help. Suddenly, Roberto's expression changed. He looked down at me coldly with rage flickering in his eyes. He grabbed my collar and pulled me up. I couldn't breathe. Roberto glared at me. Erase that person from your mind. I can't, and I won't. My vision began to falter. I did my best to glare back at Roberto. Ruthlessly, he uttered, "Don't worry. That scoundrel is dead. I killed him myself." Rude! My eyes widened and my breath caught in my throat. Seeing my expression, Roberto gave a wide and satisfying smile. See? You're safe now. Roberto pulled me into his arms. I tried to push away from him, but I couldn't get my arms to work. Nicola died? It can't be. Suddenly I noticed the smell of blood coming from Roberto. He got the punishment he deserved. There's nothing that shackles you to them anymore. He isn't lying. His words were laced with madness, but they weren't fabricated. Roberto's glee told me that everything he said was true. Let me tell you a nice story, Pinker. A story of how he died. Why are you telling me this, Roberto? Stop it! My legs crumpled as I fell into despair. Blinding pain shook my vision, and whatever strength remained within me disappeared. I quietly closed my eyes. There's a bad end. So now I should be 80% done Nicola's routes. I just need to check. Okay, I only have one more ending to do. Boop, doop, doop, boop. How do I do that one? What end am I missing? Huh? Chapter 7. Stop it. Good. Infinity low. Honesty low. Yes. Fast forward button. This will only take us a minute. Or two. We're just fast forwarding through everything now to get the last ending on Nicola's route. I can't make that call. Boop. That's not my call to make. You don't need the approval of criminals. I have the power to protect you from Francesca and the Visconti. No, you don't. Roberto was closing in on me. He was trying to force my acceptance. But I tried to find the words to say as I moved to keep a distance from him. Yeah, Gil just says, nope, time for you to go. Okay, Gil. Boop, boop, doop. Do you want to become boss? Nicola? Do you want to be the boss? I'm not fit to be the boss. He closed his eyes, hearing my question. Ah. He was smiling, but I could sense that I hurt his feelings with my words. He spoke to me before about the time that he was kidnapped. He said clearly that he knew Dante was the rightful boss. I didn't kill Marco or any of the other mafia men found dead. And that also applies to Dante's father. Nicholas stopped talking. I could tell he didn't wish to speak of it anymore. Tell me, Nicola, what are you hiding? Fast forward. Fast forward. That must be boop doop doop boop. Fast forward. So, how was the con, Toma? I saw all your cosplays. They looked real cute. I'm glad you had lots of fun. As you should at conventions. As long as you were safe, that's what matters. And you had lots of fun. That's good. Oh, this is new. Gilbert's right. I'm not calm in the slightest. I slowly breathed in and out. Dante is willing to be bait so that I can regain my name. I didn't betray the Falzone because I wanted to put Dante in the line of fire, and yet... My hands were clenched into fists. I forced myself to open them. My nails had bit into my palm, and blood was seeping out. If Dante is going to risk himself like this, then I'll protect him no matter what. I need to protect him. We each need to fill our roles. I can read. I looked up at the beauty of the moon with the resolve in my heart. There we go. ... Nicola pursed his lips, as if to hold back the words and feelings swelling inside. He then looked into my eyes and smiled. I'll be back, I promise. You be a good girl until I return, okay? No. He sounded as if he were consoling a child, and I chuckled a bit. Okay. Don't be too late. I'll do my best. Now then, I'll be going. His promise brought a warmth to my heart. The car Nicola was in headed out. Even after the car disappeared from sight, I remained standing, looking at the horizon. No, I'm not supposed to watch that. Oh, I can't not watch it. Everything's just going to fast forward for a while now, I think. This was a battle allying the Falzone and Visconti against the Laoshu. If Dante and Gilbert died, the town would fall under the Laoshu rule. I kept my hand on my gun, and my eyes surveyed the Laoshu headquarters. I'll go. Vroom vroom. The gunfire continued at the Laoshu headquarters. As expected, someone fired at Dante as soon as he stepped out of the building. I calmly loaded my gun amidst the flying bullets. Nicola, Orlok. His sudden appearance wasn't unusual. Still, I didn't expect to see him here. I asked him a question as I marked my target. Why are you here? Orlok crouched next to me and spoke in a calm manner. She's been kidnapped. I was kidnapped. What? Hearing his words made me freeze. But hearing the gunfire brought me back as I immediately crouched down for cover. A Visconti member took her out of the manor. Someone kidnapped me. Oh no. Whatever will happen to me? I followed them, but I lost their tracks. Their car was heading towards Falce, and it appears an abandoned building there has been recently purchased by Roberto. I quickly got a hold of myself. If I leave here, Dante. My worry quickly dissipated. Gilbert, I'm going. Yeah, go. Gilbert yelled at me above the clamor, all the while keeping his gun on the enemies. I heard what happened. As the Visconti boss, I take full responsibility. So you just leave. I'll take care of the rest.
Oh, Gil. In every route, he's the best.
Except for Yang's route, because Yang's the best in Yang's route. I'm sorry, and thank you. I'm the one who should apologize. Now go. Take care of Dante for me. Gilbert answered me with a grin on his face. Lead the way, Orlok. Right? Yang would bully you, and then Gil would make him be nicer and take care of you after you've been bullied. Orlok quickly turned around and headed into the back alley. Fast forwarding again. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Ah! I need to keep calm. Roberto wasn't sane. Something didn't feel right before either. Now I knew exactly what was wrong with him. He'd simply gone mad. Finally, I got you out of that vile criminal's den. I'm sorry I didn't notice you pleading for help back at the church. Huh? There's no way you could have asked for my help in front of the Mafia. Your eyes told me you wanted to be saved. My eyes said nothing to you. A chill ran down my spine. His words were untrue, but he truly believed them. Yang helped me out. He finally saw the justice in me. Oh yeah, Yang's been toying with him because he likes to do that to people. He even asked to help me restore peace to this town. Not that I fully trust him, but he did assist in getting you here. Not bad for a lowly criminal. Don't talk about my man like that. But I understand the town won't achieve peace overnight. The Mafia have begun their foolish warring. This place isn't safe, and it isn't a place where you should live. So, let's hide ourselves together. Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
I don't like it. Take me away from him, Toma. Save me.
I was speechless. I had no idea what to say to him. Seeing that I wasn't responding, Roberto looked at me with his eyebrow raised. What is it? You're safe now. Are you worried about something?
Thank you, Toma.
Ah. I tried to find the right words to say. I was just hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. There was no way I could feel hungry after seeing a dead body in plain sight. I chose my words carefully to avoid provoking Roberto. He simply nodded at me in agreement. I see. I knew it. You were tortured, weren't you? How did you get that from me saying I'm hungry? Crazy. Crazy. There's still some time before the train arrives. I'll buy you something. Are sweets okay? Yes. Why, yes, please. If Roberto goes to get something, I can make my escape. Ah, I'd better be safe. I don't want any criminals coming here and stealing you away from me. Without hesitation, Roberto shackled my wrist to a wall pipe with handcuffs. No! No! I'm having war flashbacks. I couldn't believe this was happening as I looked at the handcuffs around my wrists. I'm flashbacking to amnesia again. It's happening again. I'm being locked up. I don't like it. Being locked up in a non-sexy way. Make it stop happening to me. Make it stop. It's just in a scary way. He thinks someone will come to steal me? He was treating me like I was some kind of object. Without a care in sight, he turned around and headed out the door. There's a keyhole on the inside too, which means I couldn't open the door without a key. Fear fell upon me. What's going to happen to me? We're gonna die. No, we're not. This is a good ending. It's not a bad ending. Roberto said something about a train. Maybe he's planning on leaving town and taking me someplace far away. Ah! I shook my head to be rid of my fear. Doing nothing wasn't going to help me. I can't just sit here. I need to escape from Roberto. The handcuffs. Maybe I could get them off. Or maybe I could manage to break the pipe and slide the handcuffs off somehow. I tried to get the handcuffs to budge. Then pulled on the pipe as hard as I could until blood seeped from my wrists. But it's no use. A train with Roberto? Not really the character I'd choose to start that. Right? I don't want to get on the train with Roberto. I was hoping the rusted pipe would give way, but all I did was hurt my wrist. Roberto should be back with the things he went out to buy. Despair overtook my mind. I wonder how long it had been. I couldn't tell how much time had passed. It felt like I had been here for so long, but perhaps it had only been a few minutes. Mayhaps. I looked up to see light shining in. The window was open, and sunlight came streaming inside. A shadow suddenly slipped through the window. Orlok? Orlok nodded at me, then quickly went over to the door. He drew out a lockpick and began picking the lock. Without much effort, the lock clicked and opened wide. Another shadow came running inside. Pink, there you are. Nicola. Seeing Nicola come towards me brought me tears to my eyes. Seeing the handcuffs shackling me to the pipe, Nicola frowned with anger. Don't move. This might hurt a little. Orlok raised his dagger. A loud clanging was heard, and the handcuffs fell off. The shock from the impact hurt a little, but it was nothing compared to my relief. Thank you. But why are you two here? I rubbed my wrists as I questioned Nicola and Orlok. To save you, of course. Good boys. Nicola reassured me, smiling gently. But his expression went stern upon turning to Orlok. Please take her to safety. What about you, Nicola? I'll stay. I need to finish this once and for all. No! Not without me! Then I'll stay too. No, I can't put you in any more danger, and I don't want you to see me kill someone. Okay, that's fair. I'm good. I don't want to see any more people die. I held my breath, seeing his resolve. Orlok didn't say a word. He effortlessly lifted me to my feet. I was surprised by his strength despite his slight frame. Let's go. Pink. I suppressed my desire to stay by biting down on my lip, then nodded. Seeing my silent reply, Nicholas sighed with relief. I can get rid of that. Orlok carried Pink and quickly escaped the building. She kept her eyes on me until I could no longer see her. I quietly loaded my gun amidst the silence of the building. I'll end this here. I closed my eyes and held my breath. I heard footsteps coming this way. Sorry about that, Nicola. You don't need to apologize. I'm the one in the wrong. I replied calmly to Gilbert's apology. I was with Gilbert in the empty lounge and at his manor. Dante Falzone met with the Laoshu and made a deal with them. He was met with gunfire upon his return, but the Visconti, who happened to be passing by, saved him. Later, the assailants were confirmed to be the Laoshu soldiers, leading to the deal's termination. The Laoshu couldn't be exterminated completely, but they still took a major hit. Looks like everything went according to plan. I took a deep breath, thinking about what happened. All except for you and Roberto. I won't complain about you killing Roberto. After all, it was our failing that led to that situation. I appreciate it. I appreciate your working around the clock to find another way of clearing my name. But the fact that I killed Roberto, that was a critically bad move. Can't do much about losing the cop who testified that you killed Marco. Even with his body gone, the people here will find out sooner or later that he was killed by the mafia. And they'll think we did it to cover up my crimes. That also means that you'll be a suspect as long as you live here in Berlin. Don't worry, Gilbert. I can take care of myself. Gilbert took a deep breath and exhaled. You better not do anything weird. Define weird. Anyways. I responded with a smirk. There are many in the Visconti that don't think well of me. I betrayed the Falzone family. This time I ruined Gilbert's plan by moving on my own accord. I didn't even stay with Dante to protect him. I'd be surprised if anyone did think well of me. The reason I left the Falzone was to find a way to free Dante, but I wouldn't be able to do that anymore with how things were. Still, I have no regrets. No regrets. I knew what I needed to do. My end is pretty much set in stone. I was passing time here alone in my room. The Visconti were running all over the place to get everything done. I didn't want to bother them since they were so busy, so I've been keeping to myself. In fact, I hadn't even had a chance to speak with Nicholas since the incident at the abandoned building. So I waited in anxiety and loneliness, hoping for a chance to speak with Nicola. Yes? Can I come in, Pink? Nicola! I hurried, jumped up and opened the door to let him in. I hurriedly jumped up and opened the door to let him in. I hadn't seen Nicola in a while, but he had the same smile as usual. But something about his expression didn't feel right. What brings you here? I have something important to tell you. I took a deep breath and waited for him to speak. What I did as a Falzone and as a Visconti caused chaos in Berlin. That means my name will forever be tarnished with no hope of salvation. Oh, poor baby boy. Nicola continued. The mafia exists only because of the respect we have from the citizens, which means that someone like me would only be a nuisance to the mafia. But you saved me when I was held captive by Roberto. I looked into Nicola's eyes and tried to encourage him. There's no telling what would have happened to me if you didn't appear. No matter what anyone says, you'll always have my respect. Thank you. but I can't say I'm completely faultless with all that's happened.
Nicola,
I'm too much to handle for the Visconti. The same applies to the Falzone family, too.
if you
I couldn't finish.
if he didn't have a place in Boulogne, is he going to leave town? Thinking about his future made me tense. Nicola gently stroked my cheek with his fingers. Nicola looked at me lovingly with his beautiful eyes. I need to set things straight. I can't move forward without doing that. I knew he was burdened with so much, but I mustered the courage to ask him my question. Once you're done, are you going to leave town? His brow twitched. Nicola then let out a smile. Hello there, Dante. How did you get in? Oh, Dante. Dante responded calmly to my sudden appearance. His composure didn't change, but whenever something unexpected happened, Dante's brow twitched slightly. We both know our secret ways in and out of here. I have to hand it to myself. I don't think anyone saw me. Why did you come? Why? To say hello? Are you going? I'd only be in everyone's way if I stayed. Not to mention I don't want to die yet. Naturally, you betrayed the family, so there's no way we could welcome you back. Oh. Dante closed his eyes. I'd seen him as a younger brother throughout all the years we'd been together. I didn't want to cause him suffering. My actions led to the worst possible result. I could tell how terrible it was, but it was too late. I understand. I knew why you betrayed us and what your motives were. You've done your part all this time. I was the one who couldn't support the family. Oh, baby. It was you. Your presence as the underboss held the family together. You're giving me too much credit. You're the boss here, not me. Let me ask you one question. Even if it was only for a moment, did you ever see me as boss? Yes, he did. He loves you so much. He respects you so much, Dante. Of course I did. Ever since I was a kid. Dante responded to my smile with a stern look on his face. If so, you don't need to worry about me anymore. His expression made me hold my breath. I've had my share of suffering as the family's boss. You were with me the whole time, which is why I'm here today. But I can now say that I'm proud of the life I'm living now. Since when? When did he become so strong? Nicola, I only ask that you find your own path without worrying about your blood. Thank you, Dante.
I guess the little Dante I knew before is a full-fledged adult now. And I only found out now. Dante isn't the only one who's been shackled by Falzone blood. I was as well. I gave him a gentle smile. No matter what happens to me, the time I spent as a Falzone and my life as a Falzone, the very blood that flows inside my veins will always be a part of me. Blood, it's in you to live. After all, we are men of honor. Indeed. Pink. I heard someone calling my name. I slowly opened my eyes. Nicola? Shh. Nicola gently covered my mouth with his hand and silently gestured for me to be quiet. I swallowed my words, and Nicola moved his hand away from my mouth. I hurriedly woke myself up and tried to ask him why he was here. Why are you... We had only spoken a short while ago. Why would he come at this late hour? Booty call! I came to abduct you. Okay. Again? It's like the third time, dude. I go willingly, though, so it's all good. Huh? I'm leaving town tonight. Nicola then extended his hand out reverently, like a gentleman. Will you please come with me? Yeah, right? Like, just ask. At least he did ask this time. The last time he abducted me was at gunpoint. That was not nice. Are you sure? I had to ask. After all, I was under Visconti custody. Under normal circumstances, there's no way I could take you away from the Visconti. I'm sure they'll be extremely angry. Nicole brought me here as a gift to them because of my potential value. But, like I said before, I can't stay here any longer. If you decide to stay, this will be our last meeting before we part ways. And that's something I just can't bear. You're going to take me with you? I extended my shaking hand out to Nicola. My fingers touched his hand. If that's what you wish. His fingers gently cradled my hand. He frowned with words of concern. Odds are likely that someone will come after me. It will be a very dangerous journey. If you're okay. I am. I want to be with you. I want to be by your side, Nicola. I interrupted Nicola's words to answer clearly. I was scared when we spoke earlier. I thought you were going to leave town all by yourself. I can't bear the thought of never seeing you again. Nicola gently led me off my bed. He gently embraced me in his arms and whispered in my ear, "Thank you, Pinker." held each other in the darkness, feeling the warmth of our bodies. Soon after, we quietly made our way out of the manor in the darkness of the night. The sound, whoop, I skipped that too fast. The sound of pouring liquid echoed in another room. I held the glass filled with amber liquid to quench my thirst. I looked around a little, sensing a faint presence. Don't get caught, you hear? It's a fine night to start out a new journey. He knows! He knows, and he's just gonna let us go. Gilbert, best guy. The stars were amazingly brilliant tonight. The night passed quietly amidst the cold air. Skip. Where'd we go? After leaving Boulogne, we headed south to board a ship from Bari to going north. Our destination? Oh, look at how cute we are! Saint Nicola, where should we go once we reach Venice? Let's see what to do. I actually haven't thought any of that. Haven't thought of anything yet. Huh. I didn't expect to hear that. Now, that's unusual. I always thought you were the type to lay out plans ahead of time. I just thought not having a plan could be fun too. What lies ahead is our future. I couldn't decide that on my own, right? So where do you want to go? His kind voice suddenly brought back old memories inside of me. If we're traveling from Venice, why don't we head to Milan? It's large enough to hide us, and I've always wanted to go there. I see. The larger the better, that's for sure. But it doesn't have to be Italy. Of course, it'd be much more difficult. Still, I think it'd be nice to leave the country. Oh my, this is a hard decision. Don't worry. Let's think about it once we arrive in Venice. We have all the time in the world. After all, we're free to do as we please. You're right. I've never left Boulogne before, so I have no idea what lies out there. This is so exciting. And I couldn't be happier. I have the most important person beside me. Nicola will be with me through it all. I'm happy too, just to have you near me and holding my hand like this. Nicola, our freedom gave us a world of possibility. Living a life afar, hiding our identities. I understood that our life wouldn't always be filled with happiness. Someone was always going to be after us. I wouldn't be able to see any of my dearest friends left behind in Boulogne again. I left my wife Elena behind. Even so, I can live as long as Nicola is with me. I savored my happiness with my beloved. Our future had just begun. Rip my wife. Find you a mafia man like me. Hopefully she does. Not Yang, though. Find a good one. Marry Dante. Or Gilbert. Marry Gilbert. He'll take care of you. Alright. We're just going to make sure that... There. Nicola. 100%! He's all done. Mine is his short story, but we're not going to do that now. I'll do a stream where I just do all the short stories at the end. Alright. So we need to start from the beginning to get to Yang's story. I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to go on to be right back.
Guess who's back? Back again. I am back. Tell my men. Start the main story. Let's go. Skip the opening scene. Yes, please. We're gonna fast forward. Good morning. Wait. I grab a beverage. I grabbed some more beverages too. He's good. What'd you grab? I have 3 beverages. Because I'm a beverage goblin. Now I only have 2 beverages. Wait. Strawberry lemonade, peach vodka, gin. Damn! Toma, you partying tonight? An unfamiliar voice cut into my conversation with the children. Orlok! I've seen that person before. What you just said is the local legend that is told within the town? You have no obligations tomorrow, so you drink. That's fair. I have to work at 8 in the morning tomorrow. Or at 9 in the morning tomorrow. At 8:45. Ugh, yucky time to work tomorrow. Why, yes. What else does the legend say? Gross. I know, it's so gross. What else? Well, I'm sorry. I'm not very well versed in it. After all, it's lore from a long time ago. All that is known about it is that the person who did build the church here and grew the town to what it is today. Have you ever heard of the person whom the angels left the message? Unfortunately, I haven't. That's odd. A church on an island off of France was supposedly built in the same manner. The church stated who actually built it. But there's no record of who received the angel's message in Berlin. I see. That's fine. The young man mumbled, then turned his back and walked away. He was a strange person, huh? I suppose. Say, sis, the book? Oh, sorry about that. The story of God and the angels. The book said that the kingdom of God was for the children, but... Giovanni. What's the matter, Giovanni? sis, can I ask you something? Why, yes. What is it? Is this story true? Huh? I've always wondered, if there is a God, how come everyone in the world isn't happy? Giovanni, that's an excellent question. I need to answer him. That's just what life is. Giovanni, living as humans means that we will experience being happy and sad. I think that applies to everyone here on Earth. Really? Yes. No matter how happy or strong a person looks, they carry hardships and pain within them. That's what life is all about. So living means we'll suffer? I think it takes a lot for us to live the way we do. But that doesn't mean we must always suffer. We enjoy life and are blessed with happiness as well. It's something we all go through. And that's why we do our very best each day to try and be better people despite our hardships. I think there is meaning in us living this way. This is just my way of thinking, but you may think differently, Giovanni. And that's perfectly fine. I patted Giovanni on his head. I'm sure you'll come up with your own answers as you grow older. After a short while, he raised his head to look at me. I don't know. I don't think I understand everything you said, sis. But I think I get it. Sort of. Really? Yep. Thanks, sis. You're very welcome. Fast forward, more than meets the eye. I think everyone who left all had their own reasons for doing so. I mean, this town is unique when you think about it. Yes, living in Berlin means that you must also live with the mafia. That may be a bit much for the younger ones. Well, we owe the piece of our daily lives here to the mafia, so it's not all bad. Yes. As long as you didn't go against them, they did protect the citizens here at times. Still, that didn't excuse the fact that they were a dangerous criminal organization. Neom. I'm getting us onto Yang's route. Thoughts? Yes. I was enjoying some leisure time in town when I met her near the police station. My mean baby boy. I know, right? I'm so excited. I'm not going to follow a guide while I play through Yang's route. We'll do that blindly. Because that's always fun to do. And then we'll go back and clean up the rest of his route. I was enjoying some leisure time in town when I met her near the police station. I see. Oh? That doesn't interest you, Dante? Nothing happened, correct? If so, there isn't anything to be interested in. Well, I suppose. Then again, it's not as if it was entirely uneventful.
I was also pestered by a detective. What? Only a little. Nothing worth bothering you over, Dante. But I received word that the church will have their usual provisioning in the Strano district. She's going to attend. Does that worry you? Why don't you go and check on her, Dante? The boss of the Falzone wouldn't waste time doing such a thing. Well said. But Strano isn't the safest place to be. Get some guards ready, just in case. Have them stay incognito. Understood? You're worried, aren't you? No. It's a reasonable course of action that I must make as the family boss. Why are they so interested in me? Why are they so interested in me? As the family boss, eh? She's a very important person to the Falzone family, but her very existence is binding Dante to his fate. What? I'd rather not have her go near him. What? I don't remember this. Wait, no, I kind of remember this. After all, I need to release Dante from these burdensome shackles. Okay. Ask for a blessing for tomorrow. The wind. Yang talking to the twins. I wouldn't have expected it to happen, but the day has finally arrived for a criminal like me to visit the church. Oh, he's so pretty. Look at him. Look at him. I am graced, Your Excellency, by the invitation you extended to me from my humble abode. May I ask whether you can expend time from us lowly servants? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. You will be paid as promised. I appreciate your concern. I hope you do remember that we are working together here. Absolutely. I am grateful for the introduction to your friends. They have granted us knowledge worth the payments we have made, which is why the Laoshu will carry out the dirty work Your Excellency shall not touch. I believe that was our promise. As long as you understand, that is fine. The Falzone have forgotten to show respect to God and have diminished the church for long enough, or dismissed the church for long enough. We cannot allow thugs like them to wield control over Bourbon for much longer. Return that town back to the church. That is what God has asked. As you wish, Your Excellency. I must say, we felt that the Falzone were rather lukewarm to matters. We are but outsiders, as rats survive by living according to the rules in the land they inhabit. So we would be grateful if Your Excellency could teach us the rules of this country. One other thing. I must thank you for allowing us to borrow such a useful aid. Consider it my goodwill to you. Feel free to do with it as you please. It knows what needs to be done. A true masterpiece from amongst our creed. It also is adept in ending the lives of those who are unworthy. What? Oh, how frightening indeed. Your Excellency's knowledge and connections will help lead us to great fortune. I must say, with such interesting playthings, I shall be entertained for quite a while. We're not even in his route and we already get to see him naked. Toma, we're blessed. Oh, wait. For some reason, I was trying to stop him. Well, I couldn't seem to get the words to come out, but I tried hard to force myself to speak. I see you here often. It's unusual seeing someone as young as you here, so you stood out. Huh? Stood out? Me? Why, yes. Most of those who come here are the elderly, so you sort of stood out in my memory. He looks troubled. He found his way around me and spoke softly, as if mumbling to himself. I'll take my leave. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you. Maybe next time. I forgot to ask his name. Just keep smiling. Oliver. You don't look so good. Here, please warm yourself up with some soup. Thank you, young lady. You're very welcome. He's been watching us from there this whole time. I wonder if he's too shy to line up for provisions. Talk to him. Maybe I should talk to him. Elena, do you mind? Huh? What? Where are you going? You should be concerned about your wife, Elena. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I left Elena to the people as I went over to the young boy. Hello there. We brought some food for everyone from the church. Would you like some? No. He doesn't sound interested. Elena, be concerned your wife is flirting with the mafia. Yes, be very concerned about that, actually. Or maybe he's just cautious. Is there something you need? Excuse me, but is there something you need? If I can help, let me know. Huh? Why would I? Ugh. That doesn't count, you hear? What doesn't count? You didn't hear me? I didn't. Why don't you stand in line? We have food for everyone. You should try some of my lemon tart. It's my specialty. I would love to see you enjoy a good meal. Huh? Well, if you say so, I guess I could fill my stomach for you. What a tsundere little boy. Really? That would be great. Would you line up over there with everyone? Sun Sun child, right? So cute. Okay. Well, I'll see you later. Wait up. Hmm? Head pats for the little Sun Sun. Look at his little blush. Thank you. You're very welcome. Oh, here we go. Say, do you have a moment? We're gonna make out in Strano. What is it? I'm, hungry. She's not hungry. You like eating, don't you? Yes, she does. So do I. It's okay. I get you, Elena. Hey, it's your fault. The torta you made looks so good. I was going to snack on leftovers, but they were all taken. I just can't bear another minute without having something sweet. Oh, Elena. We're girlfriends. So then, how about we stop by the Pantarina before we head back? How about we do? I'll go tell the sisters. Really? Grazie, Pink. You're the best. I am. I'll take you on a little date. Elena looked really happy. Sister? Yes. Elena and I will clean up here. Oh, are you sure? Yes, it shouldn't take long. I'd also like to go someplace with Elena after this, so we can take care of the rest. Understood. We will be heading back then. Don't stay out too late, you hear? Yes, sister. We saw them off, then began cleaning up. Look, over there. I'll be right back. Okay, be careful. Elena ran off in the direction of a nearby bakery. Good thing we made it before they closed. A sweet aroma drifted from the bakery as I waited for Elena to return. The area was getting dark, with not many people around. What's taking her so long? Blonde hair and blue eyes. It's her. Excuse me? Exotic clothes. They didn't seem to be locals. Are they members of the Lao Shu? Ah! This is for your own good. No! What are you doing? Damn it. She saw us. What a pain. But she's a pretty nice looking broad. I'm sure she'll fetch a premium. What are you doing to my wife? What are you doing to my wife? What are you doing to my wife? Stop! Help me. Chapter 1. Fated Encounter. See, we're on the Yang route. I did it. I didn't cheat at all. I slowly regained consciousness. My head hurts. What a strange nightmare. I should get up soon to clean the church. Huh? I lifted my heavy eyelids. Immediately, a dark room came into view. I sat up looking around, but my surroundings were completely unfamiliar. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I don't have that ready for today. Give me a sec. We're just going to go on to the gameplay one, and we will turn that off for now. Boop. It's gone now. Oh no, where'd it go? I'll update it for next stream. If those people were from the Lao Shu, it can't be. Was I abducted? If so, have I been brought to Valena? But why would they bring me here? My mind was all over the place. Confusion and anxiety filled my chest. What do I do? What could I do? In the midst of my confusion, I heard people talking outside. This should be fine. All that's left is to report it. Yeah, I hope he's in his room, but that guy always disappears. Don't get your hopes up. These voices, were they the ones who abducted me? Who was the he they were talking about? There were so many questions I wanted to ask. I'm scared, but I knew for a fact that just waiting around wouldn't do any good. I could move both my hands and feet. I was somewhat surprised to see they hadn't tied me up. Maybe it was because I was unconscious, or perhaps they underestimated me. I might have a chance to escape. I felt a faint sense of hope, and tiptoed to the door. Thank God they didn't lock the door. I carefully opened the door so I wouldn't make a sound, then peered into the hall. Seeing the coast was clear, I sighed with relief. I had almost lost all hope when I realized I was abducted by the Lao Shu. I may have a little bit of luck left. Careful not to make a sound, I slowly opened the door wider to step into the hallway. I tiptoed my way down the corridor. Eventually, I found a staircase leading downstairs. I hear people's voices downstairs. There seemed to be a few people on the bottom landing. Could they be guards? If I just walked down the stairs, they would definitely see me. If I can't use the stairs, maybe a window. But what floor am I on? For the time being, I should find a window. Maybe over here? I've been caught. I instinctively ran for it, but the only place I could go was upstairs. Hey, wait! Shut up already. What's all the fuss? Well, there was some girl just walking around here. Did someone bring her in? Huh? Crap! Which way did she go? We need to catch her. I am a sneaky Italian girl. You'll never catch me. I ran up the stairs and hid behind a nearby wall. All the stairs looked so similar, so I had no idea how far up I went. I think she's around here somewhere. Where'd she go? Is she in one of the rooms? The men opened each door and hurriedly searched inside the rooms. As they did, I held my breath and turned back towards the stairs. I don't think I can escape out the window from this floor. I just need to get as far down as I can. Oh no, someone's coming upstairs. I knew that if I ran back upstairs, I'd be trapped between them. But if I stayed here, I would get caught for sure. Please, God. My heart was pounding with fear as I ran up the stairs. To the roof. I opened a door at the end of the staircase and found myself on the rooftop. I felt the cool air on my skin and looked at the night sky. For a second, I felt the tension break. But this is a dead end. There was nowhere else for me to run. I was faced with a bitter reality and felt a sense of desperation come over me. I thought there was no one else up on the rooftop until now. Oh no. Someone's here. There was a dark shadow that blended into the night, standing on the edge of the rooftop. Was he looking at the stars? Or was he looking down at the lights of the town beneath him? He's not turning around. Wouldn't he have heard the door open as I came out here? Did he not see me? Then, if I'm able to hide myself, I might be able to get away. Just as I felt that faint hope, the shadow slowly turned around. The golden eyes that shone in the night seemed to be in a daze, as if they couldn't see me. I had a really bad feeling about this. I have a really good feeling about this. An instinctive fear deep down. Who is he? I cowered from the eerie shadow. My body was beginning to tremble with fear. Oh my God, we're gonna die. I have to say something. Here we go. It might be a futile effort, but just maybe he might be different from the other men. He didn't rush to capture me like the others. Even if this is the Lao Shu base, I'm not sure everyone is a bad person. Oh no, we're gonna die. They may even hear me out. I hung on to whatever hope I had left and spoke up. I'm sorry for bothering you. I think I've been brought here by mistake. If possible, could you please not tell anyone that you saw me? She's trying so hard. Just trying so hard. And bless her. Did he just smile? A moment ago, I was relieved to think I'd been spared. However, I was now terrified. The moment I saw him smile, I froze. I just couldn't move. This is the yandere root, and it's so good. Oh my god. I'm okay. I'm okay. In the next moment, Ayo! My lips were sealed. What the? A slender arm had reached out, catching me by the chin. It pulled me in. And in my vision was an unexpectedly beautiful person drawing closer to me. Our faces touched. I could smell a sweet flowery fragrance and felt something wet on my lips. Huh? What? What's happening? I struggled to break free from his grasp and turned my face away. Stop! But they wouldn't listen. Despite having very thin fingers, the power of his strength was too much. I felt like a sweet poison was entering my lips. My head felt dizzy and my vision went white. I felt myself fading. Fight it. No, at this rate. I tried to resist once more and tried with all my might to twist my body away. His lips wouldn't part from mine, so all I could do was swing my hand up. What are you doing? I slapped his face with all my might and finally could breathe freely. I love him so much. He's awful. Furious, I glared at him. I literally had to turn up the sound so I could hear his voice. It's so good. The smirk never left his face, and he showed no signs of anger at my resistance. He wasn't even fazed by the slap. Does he feel no pain? I was confused. He asked in a whisper, "Why do you resist? Do you find me repulsive?" "No, but I know you like it." I think, if I remember right. I'm trying not to die. I love you so much. Repulsive? What? That's not the issue here. To kiss someone I've never met, whose name I don't even know. His statement was so insensitive that I couldn't help but raise my voice. You expect me to just accept this? This is so appalling. He should be ashamed of himself. As if no longer finding this entertaining, his smile disappeared. I see. Then I must thank you. Thank me? Yes. I've had many women desire me, and not a single one who has resisted. The man spoke with such arrogance. Well, I never wanted this. He is. He's such a cocky bastard. The man gave a taunting stare and spoke with some air of surprise. The women who come through our base usually hail from the red light district. Do you not? I hadn't noticed. Sir! Is he saying I look like that? I glared back at him and responded as calmly as I could. I do not. I've never been mistaken for such a person before. How rude of me. So are you someone's guest? He gave me a challenging smirk, but I couldn't answer. I don't think I can ask him for help. Standing so close to him, I looked into his eyes once more and I knew. His deep golden eyes seemed to draw me into a trap. A devilish color, like the full moon on the horizon. And in the depths of those eyes were no human emotions, only emptiness. Keep me forever. Okay. Right? Oh my god. How can you not be? Just like, like he's so good. He's so good. Like, take me, sir. I'm yours. Keep me forever. Okay. Simply locking eyes with him is giving me the chills. Right? Absolutely. He will soon. He's like that. He doesn't believe in clothes. I felt like I was looking into a void. Footsteps barged onto the rooftop. It was the men looking for me. Ugh, forgive me, Yang. The girl from earlier. She's right here. He spoke casually, and I froze where I stood. It was Yang. He casually bent down and stared into my shaken face. He then whispered, as if to a lover, "Toma." It seems you're my guest, Pinker.
I am.
I was at a loss for words. He knew from the very beginning. He knew who I was. I had no choice but to accept this heavy truth. I knew there was no other option. There was never a way out for me from the very beginning. I want to keep playing. I really do. But I need to wind down here to get ready for bed. Let me check something, though. I think we can knock out a real quick bad end if you want. Do you want to see a bad end? It's gonna be awful, but amazing at the same time. We just need to get to the first choice real quickly. I think I might be able to make a run for it. He either didn't realize I was here, or he simply was not interested in me. Either way, this was my last opportunity to get out of here. That was all I could think. I have no choice but to go back down the stairs. I had a better chance there than continuing to stay up here. There was no other way. I couldn't exactly jump to the neighboring building. But to be honest, there was a part of me that felt like I could. I was cornered and unable to make a sound decision. There was no way I could escape. I had fallen into the rat's nest. I finally found you, you brat, making us run all over the place. I had run back downstairs and the men from earlier found me. Ah! They roughly grabbed my arms with no concern whatsoever. Please let me go. Hey, quit moving. No. If I just stayed still. If just staying still is only going to get me caught, then I must find a way out. Hey. I used all my power to throw off his arm. As I swung his arm away, I lost my balance. I felt my feet slip off the stairs and my body fell down the stairs. Oh. For some reason, it didn't hurt, but my body wouldn't move at all. Crap. What do we do about this? Not my problem. You did this to her. But if Yang finds out, he's gonna kill me. As I heard the men argue, my vision blurred. I couldn't tell what happened to my body. My consciousness faded, and I would never regain it. Yeah, that happens a lot in bad endings. You just straight up die. That's a bad ending.
I made it very obvious I was going for the Yang route, didn't I? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye!